Well, as you can see, the wife's van is back in the garage. So today we're going to be replacing the TCC, the torque converter control solenoid. I hate throwing parts at it. It could be a lot of different things, but most of it is dirty fluid, bad solenoid, bad wiring. Figure we'll just do it all and check along the way, see if we see anything that's messed up on there. And hopefully it's good, not the transmission or the torque converter in the transmission. Alright, I'm just holding my phone this whole time, trying to make this video as quick as possible because the Permatex needs set up for 24 hours. And I'm sure she wants to drive this to work tomorrow. So, first thing we're going to do, remove the coolant overflow jug, remove the battery and the tray, because we need to get down to, see if it'll show up. We got to get down to that wire connector down there, and then remove all of the bolts on that side cover. That's where the solenoid will end up being, but we also have to go underneath of it and undo all the pan bolts to change out the filter and fluid. Battery connectors, 10mm. I guess we'll clean up this corrosion while we're at it. I don't know if you can see that. The battery hold down right there, 13mm. The battery tray also has 13mm down here, 13mm nut there. Alright, on the battery tray there's also one under the fuse box here. There's a 13mm bolt down here. As for the coolant overflow here, I don't know if you can see that. See if I can get in here. Huh. I guess you can't really see it in the camera very good, but it looks like everything's just slotted. It looks like I can just yank on this thing and it'll pop right out. Back in the day there would be at least one 10mm bolt and then it would slide out, but it looks like in 2018 they didn't do none of that. Let me just give her a yank. Oh yeah, she's coming. I gotta put you down though, because it'll take two hands. Alright, so I had to lift up on it and then push it outward towards the back of the vehicle and then drop it down and then spin it, and you can actually get it through this opening and lay it right up on top there. So that's about the easiest part I think we're gonna have to deal with. Normally I do a longer video, but I'm trying to get it done before all the snow melts off this thing and drowns me while I'm underneath of it. So let's keep getting at her. Alright, for this big connector here, all I did was push down on this black bar and it released this bar, and then we should be able to just push this forward and it walk itself off there very gently. Everything's super cold right now, so I'm trying not to break anything plastic. Put a little light on it. There it goes. Everything in there looks nice and clean. Everything in there looks good and clean. Alright, keep going. Just gonna take some parts cleaner and just spray everything down really good before we remove anything to make sure no dirt is getting inside this transmission. And then we're gonna crawl underneath of it and drain all the fluid and pull the filter and everything first. And then we'll remove this one. That way none of this gunk falls off into the pan, and try to keep everything as clean as possible. Alright, under here it looks like the transmission pan has 12 bolts. We're just going to loosen them all up and loosen the back side more than the front. Let all the fluid drain out. Pop it off, pop the filter off. These are 8mm bolts. Alright, the pan's off. Magnet definitely has got some gunk on there. How much is too much? Probably any. But we're going to keep going. I found that in the bottom of the transmission pan there. That's very reassuring. Perfect. The trans filter has two T25s. So I went ahead and I bashed it apart with a hammer so we can see the inside of the filter, and it is very gritty. Very gritty. Let's see if I can get a... Try to wipe it with a paper towel or something here, see if anything comes off. I mean, I can feel it. It doesn't show up, but it's very gritty. Seems like the filter was definitely plugged. So on this front pan here, it looks like it's again about 12 bolts. I'm assuming they're 8mm again. We'll get that removed and then show you what it looks like under there. So the two bottom studs on the pan are 10mm. All right, front cover is off. There is our torque converter solenoid. So I'll pop that out. I'm guessing it's a T25. I'll let you know if it's different. And then we'll get some transmission fluid on the new O-ring, pop it in, and start putting her back together and hope that it actually works. All right, some better news is that this is supposed to stay on the sensor, the solenoid, and the new one has this tab right here connected to here. So I think we found what the metal piece was from, and the fact that it was already off makes me feel pretty confident that we're going to fix the issue. I use the Permatex that says it's 4 automatic transmissions just because I didn't have anything in the cupboard and figured might as well get one that says that it's for it. Rumor has that this is better for synthetic transmission fluids. It's more resistant to it, so less chance of a leak. I guess that's a good way to go. I'm just waiting for the Permatex to set up on the pan. I got it all on there, finger tight-ish. I'm gonna wait about an hour, tighten all that up. But I had some time to kill and I came over to the battery, and I think we're gonna have to get one of those while we're at it. Because I don't know if that's gonna show up very good. Hold on. It's pretty bulged out. Now, I believe we've had this van for like 6-7 years and I've never replaced the battery, so I guess it's about time to do that. Alright guys, we got her all wrapped up. It was 108 inch-pounds is what they recommended according to AI for all the transmission pan bolts. The main transmission pan took a rubber gasket, so I got those all cranked down. The front cover, it was all Permatex, so I waited about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I cranked those down pretty good. And then while I was waiting for all, went and got a brand new battery, throw it in here, and got the grommets and everything in there. And that's gonna do it until I can wait 24 hours and put in fluid and give it a test drive.